I think I can almost sum up Leviticus just in a really short summary. So you have God saves his people out of Egypt. And we saw that in Exodus. We've been studying that a little bit in some of the Saturday studies. I think with Brother Freddie, we were looking at it. We were looking at Joseph. It was before the Exodus. So he saves his people out of Egypt. And then here they are in the desert, and he's establishing everything, his laws, everything that he wants them to do. And the reason for all these things was to set them apart. It's his own holy, special possession. All the eating, all the doing of these different things was to set them apart from the nations around them. He didn't want them to intermingle with them. He didn't want them to be like them. All the idol worship and all the immorality. So that was the purpose of all these ordinances. Let me go. There's a recurring theme in here. Let's see here. So the interesting thing about it is that if you look in verse 16, I'm sorry, chapter 16, and look at verse 34. So he's talking right here about the annual atonement that they have to make. It's all about sacrifices, like all these different things. You do this for a sin offering. You do this for an annual atonement. You do the blood for atonement. So there's all these different things, and the recurring theme. If you look at verse 34 of chapter 16, he says, "Now you shall have this as a permanent statute to make atonement for the sons of Israel for all their sins once every year." And then this last sentence is what gets me. And I think it probably got repeated 50 times in this book. "And just as the Lord had commanded Moses, so he did." That's it. The Lord said to do it, so Moses did it. And it reminds me of John 15, I think it is, where Jesus said, you're my disciples if you obey my commandments, or if you love me, you'll obey my commandments. And so that recurring theme in here kind of brought me, ahead to John. And that's the fruit, right? That's the fruit that we're always talking about. It's Galatians 5:22. It's James, right? It's James 4 saying, I'll show you my faith by my works. So in other words, if I claim to have faith, there's going to be an outward manifestation of it. There's going to be action to back it up. Here you have Moses, just as the Lord had commanded Moses, so he did. And then Jesus with the disciples. If you love me, you'll obey my commandments.